I've just gotten drafted, fresh off the plane. The Sonics are in the playoffs, and they take me to like what is like my first media day essentially, and they're preparing me for it. And I'm kind of like, okay, cool. Like I've just come from the Final Four, you know what I mean?
Right.
And UConn. And I walk in, and I'm like, well, is everybody here yet? Because there's not that many people.
Right.
That's you're talking about. And then of course, college, you're flying charter. Everything is like, you're staying at the Ritz's or whatever it is. And interestingly enough, we didn't charter, obviously, the WNBA didn't. But my rookie year, we were actually still owned 100% by the NBA.
Sue Bird, the icon, the activist, the face of a generation, just accidentally let slip a secret that could change the way we see Caitlin Clark's rocky rookie season in the WNBA. Was this really a mistake, or something far more deliberate?
Point guard in this league's history says goodbye.
Before we uncover the hidden injury, we need to understand who Sue Bird really is and why her words carry more weight than almost anyone else in the WNBA.
And she makes one of two. Still a chance for the Huskies. She did it!
Bird wasn't just great on the court. She helped mold the league's culture, progressive, tight-knit, activist-driven, and unforgiving to outsiders. Enter Caitlin Clark.
20-point off that 20-point performance right here. Handling the physicality of
But what Sue let slip next shocked even her closest fans. A comment so casual, so overlooked it might explain everything.
Clark, step back three, knocks it down.
Was this a subtle leak or a targeted jab? Clark has never publicly disclosed an injury, yet here we are, with a Hall of Famer pulling back the curtain.
Screen on me, and I actually popped my eardrum, ruptured my eardrum just on a screen.
This wasn't the first sign of friction. Sue Bird has been suspiciously quiet about Clark. No public praise, no support. Just silence, and now a leaked injury detail.
Likely a first for Caitlin Clark, a megastar on the court, a $28 million deal with Nike just signed.
It was cool. I think everybody was being cool, leaving her alone.
But this goes beyond favoritism. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's highest-rated player, represents something different. Something threatening to the old guard.
But it was a great season.
Yes, it was.
We had a tremendous year in free agency, brought in so many talented players. So I think it's more about building on that. Sometimes those types of teams, it can take a second to build that chemistry.
In a league known for unity, Caitlin Clark is the ultimate outsider. Straight, Catholic, and non-political. That's not a sin, but in this culture, it's complicated.
I've just gotten drafted, fresh off the plane. The Sonics are in the playoffs, and they take me to like what is like my first media day essentially, and they're preparing me for it. And I'm kind of like, okay, cool. Like I've just come from the Final Four, you know what I mean?
Right.
And UConn. And I walk in, and I'm like, well, is everybody here yet? Because there's not that many people.
Right.
And so that's the culture shock you're talking about. And then of course, college, you're flying charter. Everything is like, you're staying at the Ritz's or whatever it is. Interestingly enough, we didn't charter, obviously, the WNBA didn't. But my rookie year, we were actually still owned 100% by the NBA. So we hadn't gone to individual ownership models yet.
Right.
So I did have like 1 year, maybe two, I can't remember exactly, where we still were getting some NBA treatment. So we didn't fly charter, but the hotels we stayed in were all super nice. We had a practice facility because we were with the Sonics, which was kind of standard at that time. A lot of the WNBA teams would use their NBA affiliate practice facility. But yeah, so we had some whistles, but then I think the media coverage is probably the best story to tell that showcase like where it was compared to college. But very quickly I started playing overseas. And I actually just say this as like a matter of fact. We were all making so much money overseas that in a sense, I don't want to say we didn't care because we cared. But because we're making so much money over there, when CBA negotiations come up, we were like, okay, whatever, just get it done.
We want to keep
we weren't
playing.
in the weeds.
We
We weren't in
playing.
the weeds.
Right. We want to keep playing, and the money's fine. Not here, but over there. So let's just do it.
And so when you say making a lot of money, give me a range of.
for me personally,
Yeah, or the league, high, low.
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's so individual. So I would say early on, I mean, always well over 6 figures. And early on, like my first couple years, we're talking like really going back, like in the like $300,000 to $600,000 range. But that's all like, it depends how many months you play. So usually you're
That's
talking
what you're making in Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my first couple of years, but I only went for like 5 months. So like bang for your bucks, not so bad. By the end of my time, now we're up in like the $1 million range.
Wow.
So I would say like that was started probably like, let's call it like 300,000. And then by the end I was much closer.
Sue built the league's moral backbone: inclusion, identity, activism. Caitlin just wants to play. Is that enough anymore?
Both leagues, we've signed massive media deals. So the money is around the corner. So that's really exciting. For a long time, a lot of us had to play overseas. But really recently, we've been able to make money off the court. And that's actually what was so, from a player standpoint, so confusing. Only getting paid, we paid, you know, in some of my later years after the new CBA was signed, I did get to make in the $250,000 range, which was wonderful. But for a large portion of my career, I was stuck at like 100, 110. I pretty much lost money playing in the WNBA, if I'm being honest. Like if you look at like inflation and stuff. So it was really confusing because I was getting offered crazy deals off the court from a marketing standpoint, representing brands, maybe going to do a speaking engagement. And that's really, for me, that disconnect, I knew we had something.
And here's where it gets messy. Angel Reese, vocal, fiery, everything the league promotes, seems protected. Caitlin? She's getting fouled, benched, and now possibly injured.
Yeah, I mean, I've known about this for a while and I've been pretty excited about it for a while. And honestly, it's kind of been in conversation before I even decided if I was going to go back to college for another year. So I didn't know if I would ever even be able to make this event this year. So I'm very fortunate that I am.
Was Sue Bird subtly pointing out that Caitlin's getting targeted physically and no one's stopping it? Or was she reinforcing a code of silence until now?
You want to play mermaids? Yeah. Okay, you go. Can you see? Yeah. Jump in.
The fans are waking up. On Reddit, Twitter, even ESPN comment sections, people are asking the same question. Why does it feel like the league is trying to break Caitlin Clark?
Actually had the best odds. So for them to get the #1 pick is not that shocking.
Now that the secret's out, was it really a mistake? Or was Sue Bird sending a coded message to the WNBA, the coaches, or even Caitlin herself? A Hall of Famer speaking without speaking, just loud enough to get people wondering. Is Caitlin Clark being protected or being sacrificed? Injuries can heal, but cultural rejection? That leaves scars. The WNBA may be growing, but it's growing in conflict. And Caitlin Clark? She's at the very center of the storm. If she's hurt, why won't they protect her? If she's elite, why won't they respect her? And if Sue Bird did mean to expose it, what happens next? Sue Bird, the queen of the WNBA, a 4-time champion, Olympic gold medalist, and vocal leader of the league. But now, she's caught in the middle of a growing controversy. Why? Because a shocking leak about Caitlin Clark's secret injury might have come from her own camp, and the timing couldn't be worse. On one side, Sue Bird, the veteran, the legend, the activist, and the gatekeeper of WNBA tradition. On the other, Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom, the media magnet, and the player who's challenging the entire system. And caught in the crossfire, Angel Reese, who's fighting to prove she belongs in the spotlight too. So, what exactly happened? Just days before Caitlin Clark's first primetime game, rumors surfaced about a lingering injury. No press release, no team statement. But then, a subtle comment made during Sue Bird's podcast set the internet ablaze. Sue Bird isn't just any former player. She's part of the WNBA's cultural foundation. Her endorsement can build legends, but her silence or shade, it can bury careers. And for a player like Caitlin Clark, that control is dangerous. Caitlin Clark doesn't fit the old mold. She's not a vocal activist. She's not aligned with the WNBA's political culture. Her focus is winning, pure and simple. And to the old guard, that's a threat. A threat that could shift power, viewership, and league control. Then there's Angel Reese, a fan favorite with an unapologetic attitude. She's caught between two worlds, pushed by the media into rivalry with Clark, while also trying to earn respect from legends like Sue. But what happens when the gatekeepers ignore her too? The question remains, did Sue intentionally leak the injury detail, or did she plant just enough doubt to steer the conversation? Her comment was subtle, but it sparked a wildfire. And her silence after? Even louder. Fans were quick to notice the shade. Comments exploded across social media accusing Sue Bird of trying to sabotage Caitlin Clark's momentum. Others defended her, claiming she's protecting the league's values. But one thing's clear, the WNBA is divided. This isn't just about a sprained ankle or a rookie season. This is about legacy, control, power. For decades, women's basketball has been shaped by voices like Sue Bird's. But Caitlin Clark? She's rewriting the script without asking permission. Even outside the court, the numbers don't lie. Sue Bird's podcast, despite its star guests, barely breaks 5,000 views. Meanwhile, Clark's clips generate millions. Sue may hold the mic, but Caitlin controls the crowd. This leaked injury, this quiet war, this divide between eras, it's more than just drama. It's a defining moment for the WNBA. Will the league evolve with stars like Caitlin and Angel? Or will it cling to the comfort of the past? The WNBA is on the brink of a new era. But who's really in control? Sue Bird? Caitlin Clark? Or the fans? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe for more behind-the-scenes truth from inside the league.